Hey everyone, welcome to day 11 of my journey to financial freedom through trading small caps. Today I finished up green just a little bit, and I'm going to share the trades I took today. So the only trades I took were on VIVS today. So this gave a nice move up from about 80 cents all the way up to 360. So pretty large move today. So you can see the daily chart, there's a little bit of some levels at 190 right here, and then 230 right there, and then this 342 up here was this resistance. So I missed this pullback here. You'll see I was clicked into ChartsWatcher instead of my broker, unfortunately. But I found a way to fix that for tomorrow. And then up here is where I took the trade. So I got in right around here, this green line. This was my stop loss. I scaled out. Actually, I was selling on the way down. But I scaled out here around 321, then at 336, and then I sold some more here, and then sold the rest when it broke break even and closed below the 9 EMA here. So I followed my entry and exit criteria well in this trade. This trade right here, I was looking for this bull flag setup right here. So you can see it pulls back on pretty nice light volume. Right here, looking for a bull flag setup off VWAP and off 250 is a support level. So around here, 250. But it didn't quite give that candle over candle high, which is where I should have entered, but I entered for anticipation and I sold way too late. I don't know why I hesitated or if my order got filled. We'll watch that back, but I sold a bit late. So those were my trades today. There are a couple other things that popped up. PHIO popped up. This one was too cheap and lots of resistance on the daily chart. So there's just too much resistance here. 200 right there. And then you see LHL popped up. Let's click in here, sorry. JLHL. This one didn't have any news. The spreads were big, and it was only up like 30%. And the 200 EMA was right here. So this one, you can see, pops up here, and in this move, the spreads were really big. I was looking for a micro pullback, and I was looking at it here, didn't take it. The spread was big on this one, so I didn't take it, even though it obviously gave a good move. So yeah, I stayed hands off on this one today. And no news, so it was a B quality setup. And then we got ERNA. This one gave a nice move, but it was really choppy. So if you look at just the price action here, it's really choppy. There's lots of these topping tails and bottoming tails. But it's just super choppy. So I was kind of looking at it here. Pulled it up, did my analysis, was looking at it. Wasn't very good. Spreads were big too. Here, didn't really trust it. You could have gotten here for the break of 10. For sure, this would have been a nice trade, but then you have the resistance right here at 1060. So I didn't take that. Then it tops this previous resistance area right here. So, yep, that was ERNA And then, of course, we had VIVS. So let's pull up the live trading archive here. Let's go, we're just going to go through this quickly and then pause it for the trades. So here, CLRB, nothing really happening on it. ERNA pops up. So I'm looking at these resistance levels. Maybe some people would get in right around here. Risking off this 8, you can see on the 10-second, it's a nice consolidation. I didn't want to take it. The red volume was really high as well. But here, I didn't take it here. I was still kind of doing the analysis, which, better safe than sorry, especially as a beginner. I'd rather do the analysis and miss some trades that maybe I'll take in the future than not do it, get in this, and have it flush out and miss something crucial. So you have the break at 10 right here. So you definitely could have gotten in the trade there. Nice high volume on that candle. Pulls back a little bit. Get another break here, but it doesn't quite go. It tops that resistance level there, and then it's all backside. And then we have VIVS pop up. I'm just going to play this from here. So VIVS hits my high day momentum and then also the running up scanner. So I get an audio alert, VIVS. That's what the audio alert is. So I'm checking it. It's round number 5, leading gainer, climbing up a lot, up 60%. Looking at the chart here, it's still below $2. So I want to wait for it to break and hold $2 because $2 is a super key level, and right at around $2, you'll often get people selling really large orders. People who bought down here at like 80 cents, they're going to sell at $2. It's a pretty key level. So also on a commission broker, you're paying commissions based on every share. If I were to trade a penny stock or something, the commissions are just too high for me. So I see this super large gap on the daily chart. I'm thinking maybe if we break over the 200 EMA of 460, we could get a really, really nice move on this thing. So there's that resistance level, breaks it. Okay, now it's above 2. So I was watching, watching it here, I said, oh, maybe you could have taken that there on this micro pullback, but it was below 2, so I didn't. But I want to see a micro pullback here, clicking into my broker, getting ready. I actually think right here, I actually try to take it. But since I was clicked into this window here, ChartsWatcher, my order didn't fill. So I was clicked in here, I pressed my hotkey, but it didn't fill because I wasn't clicked into my broker. But yeah, so now we're looking at this micro pullback. So this one, nice, we have nice light selling volume. 90 EMA is a little far, but there's a support level here. Boom. Breaks that high, there's an entry, okay. Might need some more time to consolidate, so I'm still holding it. Still holding it. I want to see above 250. I don't want it to break below 250. That would be my stop there. Nice pop. So I scale out there. Should have scaled out some more there. At 350, I'm not sure why I didn't. So I place a selling on the ask up there for 20 cents a profit. I just cut another one there just because it's fluttering so much, and there's topping tails. Now it's showing a lot of weakness. So still holding because it still has a chance, but up here it's not breaking out, it's fluttering. Still fluttering. I think maybe it could climb up. You know, it hasn't closed below the 90 MA. But there's just fluttering too much. It's showing too much weakness. And then my stop is now at break even. So let's see. Yep, once we cross break even, I sell the rest. So there, I get out. Nice trade on that. Yeah, I mean that was a great trade. Honestly, there was this other opportunity there, was pretty cheap, so I didn't take it. Definitely could have, especially on a parabolic move like this. And I was clicked into this window. So anyways, those were my trades on that was my trade on VIVS. And then I had this idea of, marking out the levels with this drawing tool. So that's all I'm doing here. Where I got in, where I sold, all that kind of stuff. Which in hindsight wasn't a very good idea. It's kind of pointless. But anyways, so here we see a nice pullback. We're looking for a bull flag here. You can see the nice light volume here. It's holding off VWAP and off 250. So now I click into my broker, get ready for a trade. And then right there I buy, anticipating that it's going to break this level, and it doesn't. So I probably should have waited for confirmation, especially since I was getting in pretty much at the top of that candle. I should have waited to see it on the ask above that price, but well. And then I cut it a little bit too late. So my stop here was 250. As you can see, I sold at 240. So not the best exit, but that's okay. This stock gave opportunities on this front side. I'm really happy with me taking this micro pullback here. That's a trade that I love, and I really could see that being my bread and butter in the future. So had those trades there. Then I'm just trying to figure out like how to market to make it easy for YouTube and stuff. But anyways, not too much else happening here. VEEE has made this crazy move up from, I don't know, maybe like $3 all the way up to 50. So just pulled that up, and but so those were my trades today. I reorganized just a little bit, as you can see. I just made these windows bigger so that I'm not always like having to zoom in and always clicking on this, because I don't really look at the 5-minute chart all that much, other than for multi-chart alignment if I'm taking a trade off the 1 minute. And then the daily chart, of course, just for key levels, which I can see at this, this size. I don't need it to be huge. So reorganized a little bit, moved these scanners over here just so I could have more room. But yeah, and then there's a setting in the, I'll show you right here. So this is a ChartsWatcher desktop connector. It's nice because you can, click here and it'll auto input into your broker, as you've seen I've done. I just disabled this defocus so that whenever I click on a symbol, it stays on this screen. So now if I wanted to, I could take a trade. So yeah, set a big move yesterday. Anyways, so yeah, that's really it for my trades today. If you're interested in my setup, there is a code where you can import all of this, and you can of course copy and paste, or not copy and paste, but you can look at this and customize yours the same way. yeah, and then I have a free learning library on YouTube. You can check it out. Click on the home tab of my YouTube channel and go through part 1 to part 10. And it's amazing resources, amazing learning, YouTube videos specifically for this kind of small cap day trading style. But also there's a lot of like psychology and stuff that applies to really all kind of trading, from a couple creators, that being Ross Cameron. The One Lance B is really good. Humbled Trader is good. Yeah, Timothy Sykes is good. So a couple, people in there. And yeah, and then also check out our amazing community on Whop. There's a bunch of more resources in there. There's a bunch of PDF resources if you are interested in those. Here is, let me pull this up real quick. Here is kind of just a list of them. So we have a lot of Ross Cameron. So these are PDFs by Ross Cameron. So we have stock selection, the strategy PDF, technical analysis, chart patterns, candlestick patterns, all that. And then we have my day trading live journal. So every day I fill this out. It helps just with, making sure the stock meets the 5 pillars, and then my setup here, and then post trade so I can have an easy review. Yeah, but there's great resources in there, great discounts that will all be in there. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, stay green, stay safe. My results are typical because I have a history of losing money in day trading, but I'm sticking to my process, I'm sticking to my plan, and I believe that eventually one day I will slowly turn the corner. So stay safe, stay green. Trading is risky. Manage your risk in a simulator before ever putting real money on the line. And let me know how it goes.